quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Smith going to go to the air, first play. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half. And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. And then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Smith. And Walker with it over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Connects with Kittle underneath. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly. And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too. They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly. You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. In almost a week off, let the starters run up the score in the first half, backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department. And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better. Because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long. He'll buy some time right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40. A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it. after the interception. Here's Smith. Stiff-armed him. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, this defense for the Niners, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Geno now to throw.
Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Throwing now is Geno.
That's to the rookie Jackson Smith-Njigba.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards for number 11.
Smith-Njigba in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Now Geno. That's caught over the middle by Fant. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Dallas up the middle.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Smith. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Now Smith. This is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive.
Their 2nd drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Play action. Now Purdy. And this pass caught by Gray. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. Oh, what a catch by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Javon Kinlaw.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Short throw to Disley.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
Returning it, here's Hamler.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Oh, able to avoid him. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Throwing here, Purdy.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will find his man, Samuel. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Wormley in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Flush to his right.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Now Geno on 1st down. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 10. This is Dallas, an inside handoff. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon, and they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Hamler now on the return. So we've hit halftime here in St. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. K.J. Hamler returning it. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Give him 30 yards there.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down, got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
The 20. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. That one good for 26 and a first down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Again, it's Charbonnet.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
3rd and 2, Smith.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play. Here's Smith now on 2nd down.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba.
And he'll go down at the 28. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop it for a loss of 4.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now it's Smith.
That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that they...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers.
Danny Gray, 75 yards. And the Niners will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now, because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Here's Smith.
Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. On first down, Smith.
Returning right back to Lockett.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Smith on first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Nick Bosa able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Smith, this throw finds Smith and Jigba.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, here's Smith. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down.
Here's Smith.
They'll set up the screen to Dallas.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
2nd down and 8.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Short throw to Disley. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve.
Touchdown! Jackson Smith and Jigba from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation.
Touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is up to 15 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Asker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Young. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
To the air again, Smith. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Smith.
And this a quick slant to Lockett.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
That is caught, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now 1st and goal. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Here's Smith. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Here's 1st and goal. Smith. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Smith to throw. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Smith's going to throw it. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Myers connects on the PAT as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. Now, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, this this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for San Francisco, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And